Good morning, dear students. Today I am going to start reproduction in other animals. Modes of reproduction and development in other animals. We have read about that reproduction is of two types, sexual and asexual reproduction. Sexual, where male and female are required, and asexual reproduction without different sex, that means it involves only a single individual. Just like a plant, animals too exhibit both sexual and asexual modes of reproduction. However, sexual reproduction is more common in the animal kingdom, with asexual mode possible in only some of the lower forms of animals like Hydra and Planaria. So first is asexual reproduction in amoeba. Amoeba is single-celled organism, that means unicellular organism having only one cell. So in amoeba, reproduction begins with a constriction in the nucleus which finally divides it into two nuclei. The reproduction in amoeba is known as binary fission. Binary means two and fission means to break into two. So the division of the cytoplasm, which is followed by the division in the nucleus, where two new cells are produced from the old cell, and this process is known as binary fission. Look here in figure, it is very much clear. First, the parent cell is here. After, when the favorable condition comes, then the nucleus of the cell, it breaks into two. It get expand and breaks into two. Then the cytoplasm divides into two parts, and each cytoplasm when breaks into two, it forms a new individual. Nothing is required, only the favorable condition. And the mode of reproduction in amoeba is known as binary fission. Second is asexual reproduction in Hydra. Hydra is a small freshwater animal. A mature hydra often develops one or more bulges in its body called buds. This is buds. Sorry, wait. This is bud. This is bud, and this develops into the body of the hydra, and it keeps developing into new individual and finally gets separated from the body of the parent. When the favorable condition comes, these birds get detached from the body of the hydra and develops into a new organism. Because it happens due to the formation of bud, so the asexual reproduction in hydra is known as budding. On the top of the hydra, the thread-like structure is known as tentacles. These are known as tentacles. And the reproduction in amoeba is known as budding. In this way, you can find different type of reproduction in different animals, and in different animals, fertilization also occurs in different kinds. It depends on the site of occurrence where the fertilization is going to take place. On this basis, the types of fertilization is two types: internal fertilization and external fertilization. Internal fertilization, when the fertilization takes place inside the body of an organism. Mainly it is inside the female body. So when fertilization takes place inside the female body, then it is known as internal fertilization. It occurs in mammals mostly. For example, human, cow, dogs and hens. Here, sperms are ejected inside usually the female reproductive tract, after which the fertilization takes place in the female body. In case of human, it is fallopian tube or oviduct. Second is external fertilization. In this type, the fusion of male and female gamete takes place outside the female body. And it is very common in aquatic animals. That means the animals, those who live in water, in that type of organism, in that type of animals, the external fertilization takes place. Example is fish, starfish. Here the male and female both release the sperm and ovum in the water, and in the water the fertilization takes place. So during spring or rainy season, amphibians like frog and toads move to ponds and river. And when the male and female come together in water, the female lay the eggs in the water and the male deposit the sperm. And each sperm swims randomly in water with the help of its long tail. And as the sperm comes in contact with the egg, external fertilization takes place. This is the reason why frogs lay a number of eggs in the water to increase the chances of fertilization, because in this case, in external fertilization, there is chances of getting many eggs get wasted. Wastage of eggs and sperms are there. So to avoid it, to increase the chances of fertilization, a number of eggs are released by the frogs. So the difference between internal and external fertilization. In internal fertilization happens inside the female body and external happens outside the female body. Internal fertilization, there is very less chances of loss of eggs, and external fertilization where the chances of loss of eggs are more there. Then on this basis, that means on the basis of to give birth to babies or to lay eggs, the animals are divided into again two types: oviparous and viviparous animals. Oviparous animals, the animals those who give or lay eggs, are known as oviparous. Example: hen, frog, fish, reptiles. Here, the fertilization of the egg can occur internally or externally. The fertilization sometimes occur internal part inside or externally outside. So oviparous animals always hatch their young ones outside of their body. And many oviparous animals like frogs, birds, fish and reptiles, They make nests to protect their eggs. They take care of the eggs till the baby comes out. Then viviparous animal, the animals which give birth to live young ones. Young ones are given birth by them, and it develops, the development of the young ones, it takes place inside the body of the parent, and they are known as viviparous animals. For example, all the mammals, humans, dogs, cows, elephants, tigers, they give birth to their babies and take care of them. Another type is there when animal produce young ones by means of eggs which are hatched within the body of the parent, are known as ovoviviparous animals. Here the young ones, the animals produce young ones by means of egg which are hatched within the body of the parent. Eggs are hatched inside the body of the parent, and it is known as ovoviviparous. Examples are basking shark. It is very uncommon. So these are the different types of animals and different types of fertilization which takes place in animals, different types of animals.